transfer season, but where are all the transfers? I don't see a single one. I'm sure it's gonna come real soon. What's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of the VAR From Perfect podcast, where three guys from Toronto give you the hottest takes on the game that they love the most, football. We've got a fun episode for you today, and as usual, we got the full squad. Anurup, my guy, what's up, man?
What's up, guys? How's it going? So my ears are still ringing from yesterday's concert because I had nothing to do, no transfers. So I just went for a metal gig, Right now, I'm fully pumped for today's episode. Over to you, Sal.
Oh man, it's been good. How's it going, everybody? But I think with the lack of transfers and news that are going on, a lot of our friends and family are coming up to us and like, "What are you guys gonna talk about now that there's nothing to talk about?" And I tell them,
True.
"You don't worry. You come around us or like football fans in general. Trust me, there's always something to talk about." And the best things that I think, especially me and Arvin, we've known each other now for a damn near decade, and it's very easy to have random hypothetical conversations and have debates that last days, if not weeks, if not what have lasted years now. And sometimes that's the best part of being a sports fan, right? Is having these conversations that you'll never get the right answer to, but hey, we argue and bicker about it no matter what. So we thought, hey, let's give our shot at it. So we, since we're in transfer season, it got us thinking back to what are some of the best transfers, because all the things you see nowadays are just some ridiculous transfer fees, players going for 100 million plus, and we started thinking, hey, what are some of the best transfers that have happened? What are some of the best bargain deals? However you want to define what a best transfer is. We kind of restricted it from 2010 till now to kind of keep it relevant. But hey, if you guys like this episode, we'll maybe go back to the 2000s. We'll do an all-time transfer 11, kind of keep it open, do a whole bunch of things. But just to set the stage, we've kind of all went away over the last couple of days, scribbling notes, trying to figure out what is this top 10 going to look like. So we haven't discussed, any of our lists or our logic. So we're going to kind of go through and figure out who we have in our top 10, why we did it, and why Isaac should not be on this list. And I have done a random number generator.
He'll be on another list so much.
Yeah, exactly. That's a little foreshadowing. Cause,
You mean Anthony's list? Sancho's list?
Ooh,
oh, he'll be lower.
list?
Don't worry, he'll be lower. He'll be lower.
Bomb after bomb.
He'll be lower.
Yo, Anthony, that's a good call, bro. I'm not gonna lie.
Oh, he's
Fucking
top three.
fidget.
I know the top three for that one easy. That's all I'm saying. There's a boy in blue who's becoming a professional sprinter. Anyways, we're getting carried away. So we're gonna go through this. So obviously, I don't know if anyone wants to go first. I don't want to go first. I'm nervous. I'm gonna get clowned on. So I've done a random number generator, and in fact, drum roll, please. Arvin's going first.
What the heck? Did you even number generate that shit?
Yeah, I'm looking at it right now. I'll share my screen. I'll show it in the VOD.
I believe you, bro. I believe you. All right, okay. So I just want to give a brief intro as to what my thinking was before kind of going through the list. Basically,
Okay.
I weighed the impact of the player versus the money that was spent on them, and I focused a lot on winning. So at the end of the day, I didn't look at players that didn't win anything. It was mainly, you had to have won the Premier League or something once, at least, to make my list. Right? I wasn't looking at, like, for example, I'll throw a name in. Heung-min Son. He didn't win the Premier League.
Yep.
He was a great transfer since 2010s, but I didn't put him in the list because at the end of the day, he didn't win anything. So that's my criteria. All right. So at number 10, I had David Silva from Valencia to Man City for 28.8 million euros. The reason I had Silva was it was tough because honestly, a lot of the newer fans who know of Man City will think of De Bruyne, they'll think of Haaland.
Yeah.
David Silva was an absolute magician. The way he controlled the game, the way he was he was always available to get the ball. His dribbling was so underrated. He is someone who he's one of the greatest City players of all time, no doubt. And the fact that they got him for 28.8 million, I even kind of tried to adjust it for inflation to see what the price would be now. So roughly now it's 42 million. That's less than Madueke, and you got someone like David Silva, who's one of the greatest playmakers of the Premier League. So that was my number 10 pick
I don't know how much you guys valued longevity, because it kind of does matter, right? Like if you pay a fee for someone and they stay for 10 years, you kind of get more value out of it. I'm not gonna give too much of a spoiler, but I think David Silva's like is a great choice for one of those guys that's like fringe number 10, but an honorable mention. Like I don't think you can be mad if he missed out or if he makes the list. Like that's where I had him. But one of the reasons I almost had him on my list was because he played it for 10 years. Like
Exactly.
he was from the beginning of that revolution to kind of handing the torch off to say, I've left this club at the top. So that's one thing David Silva had, where he had that longevity side. So I wanted to shout that out. Not on my list, but like, I'm not gonna complain on that one. I'm not gonna complain.
Absolutely.
Just to keep it
Okay, I'll do my 10th. Because I know Arvin's not gonna have this. And look, if you guys are against this, I'm not mad, because this was a very short-term pick. Not a one-season wonder, but I went with Van Persie.
I know. Yep.
Of course.
Because here's the thing.
Dude.
Here's the thing. The way United lost to City the year before, like it felt like this was the throne being taken away. Like this felt like this is now Man City is no joke anymore. They've become this powerhouse. They had that amazing midfielder, the striker, the defense, and it's like United is the old way and Man City's the new way. And Fergie said, like, he was like, there's only one person in all of the Premier League who can take us over the top, and it was the 2011 Golden Boot winner, Van Persie. And sure enough, what a response it was to go from losing in that devastating fashion. That team could have responded in a lot of ways. They could have crumbled, but if we didn't have Van Persie, like, that's not even egregious to say. We don't even come close to winning that title. So for me, I know that longevity part he didn't have, but Van Persie at minimum, I think just feels an honorable shout. This is my almost honorable shout spot on the list that I wanted to highlight the one Man United player I have. Hint, hint.
No, you know what's crazy? He was my 10th until last night.
Wow.
He was 100% in there.
Really?
But then, yeah, 100%. Because I was trying to be as objective as possible, and I hated to put him there. But the thing with Van Persie was, if you talk about a signing that had a job to do, literally he was bought for that purpose, and he delivered like no one's business, man. He was so good that season, and it killed me to watch him. But man, that season, I don't want to say he carried Man United, but he was undoubtedly their best player.
He was a difference maker.
He won it for them. The hat-trick that he scored, that sealed the title, right? For United, Sal, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes, that's right.
Within three to 4 games to spare. And I still remember, I think one of the coaches gave him number 20 jersey to bring the 20th title for United. And call it superstition, but it worked.
It worked. And his fee was even less than David Silva's, even though David Silva's transfer was great value too. But that means Van Persie, inflation adjusted, was around high 30s to low 40s, around low 40s, which is you got the Golden Boot winner for about 40-something million in today's money. That's crazy. So from that standpoint, I know it was slightly short-lived, and we know what happened post 2012, but I think, like Arvin said, that one season deserves for him to get a shout. So just wanted to throw that out there. I don't know, who do you have?
I hate it. Fuck you, man, Van Persie, but
I swear that's a stab to your heart, right?
No, bro.
But what a player! What a player! What a legend!
He was cold, man.
Exactly.
Cool. Anyway, so my 10th position player is again this. I don't know if he would make in your top 10, but he is always going to be in my top 10 list, and an underrated player, from what I feel, it's our left back, our ex left back now, Andy Robertson. Guys, he came from Hull City, a relegated club, for £8 million, and he won everything with Liverpool. And speak about, he was an assist machine as well. And there was I think in 2021-22 season, he gave 15 assists, which is crazy. I mean, sure, he wasn't a goal scorer or so, goal scoring left back, but he made an impact. And first things first, my criteria for selecting the players were the impact that they had, the accolades, and the money's worth. You know, it can be an expensive transfer, or it can be like a steal. You know, so for me, Robbo was a steal from Hull City. Unlike Maguire.
100%.
Unlike
you know what's
Maguire.
funny? You know what's funny, Anurup? This is so funny. I can't believe I have him higher than the Liverpool fan.
Wow.
That's crazy,
okay.
but
I'll explain it when we get to where I have him. But I have him higher.
sure.
I have a lot
I would
higher.
love to know that. And guys, again, I'm pretty sure we all had our multiple iterations. I had mine, and I've removed a lot of players and put them in the honorary list. But Robbo could just not leave my list.
Well, I'm with that, bro. I'm totally.
So I didn't have him, right? So I'll speak on it. I'll let Arvin get to it whenever. I didn't. And it's not that I necessarily disagree with you guys at all, because the valuation is what like takes it to the next level. And you're talking about a guy who's arguably top 3, if not second best left back Premier League ever. Right? He's in the top 3 or top 2. Like that's it. So when you're talking about a player that great and how that Liverpool system was built specifically around those fullbacks, then you talk about that impact piece. Clearly, like, there's no arguing that when you put all of that picture together. I just went elsewhere. Other budget picks. I think you guys might have him too. I'm, like, curious to see now, like, who made it, who didn't. But of the budget picks that I picked, this was the one that missed out. So, like, I'll leave it at that. Again, I'm not super mad at it, but I'll be honest, he wasn't even, like, close to being one of my 10th. I think he's closer to, like, 15th or 16th on my list. But like
That's
again,
crazy to me. That's
I know.
Yeah, kind of
That's
outrageous.
crazy to me.
Especially for a
Okay.
Liverpool fan, but I get it. Coming from a Manchester United fan, so it's fine.
No, I have so many Liverpool players. It's just of all the ones, this was the one that was just like from a pure quality standpoint, it was like the guys above him had a little bit more impact, a little bit more quality. So I just went with them.
That's why he's underappreciated. He always goes under the radar.
For me, Andy Robertson is the best left back of the 2010s.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
That's what I'm saying. Second best left back of all time, arguably.
you could argue that. We had
Like,
actually Cole.
Hang on. Of all time, as in Premier League, all
In the
time.
Premier League. In the Premier League.
Okay, only Premier League. We don't care about what happened before.
No, because
For me, he's the best.
Like, he has the record for the most assists by a defender, right? In a
Yeah.
season.
15.
Which is
only in Premier League.
Yeah, that's insane, right? But
Sorry,
I guess I'll
don't
get to
quote me.
in my spot, but I'm surprised.
Why don't we go snake style now, right? Since Arvin went first, we'll go backwards. So Anurup, you can go with your number 9 this time.
Oh fuck! Oh my god. Okay. You know, I don't know why I did this, but I was really confused between 2 of the players from the same team. Again, it's from Arsenal, and I. So my number 9 is the opposite of what Robbo was, like a low budget signing. It was.
Oh,
It's Deku.
Hey, my God, bro.
interesting.
My
Wow.
God, thank you.
You know
Thank
what?
you.
Because he got a lot of flack. I think he got a lot of flack for that 105 million price tag.
Did he? Oh,
I think so. Maybe I'm just.
I was a huge fan.
I love Declan Rice. I would have
my
loved to
bias.
have him at Liverpool. Maybe from rival fans, maybe it's a lot of hate, you know, because hey, that's a huge price tag, and this was what, back in 2023, when the 100 mil price tag was still, you know, it's not a norm like today's day and age, right? But either way, that the Premier League, that like he won a Premier League, right? So that tops it all. For me, it was between Ozil and Declan Rice.
Respect.
Yeah, because Ozil won more trophies, but you know, compared to Premier League and a Champions League, finalist. So and the impact that he has, and again, when you speak about the longevity, he's not been at the club for long, but I speculate him to have a great impact for years to come for Arsenal. He's gonna be that clutch and key player. He can, play central mid. He can play defensive mid. He can fucking, he's versatile. And I think he's the heartbeat for the Arsenal team, and heavily, responsible, or you can say, whatever. He's contributed to
for us being
the title
champions.
winning.
You can say it. It's yes.
It
Yes.
hurts. It hurts.
You know
But
what's
yeah,
crazy?
he's my ninth.
You know what's crazy?
That's
That's funny because I have this Liverpool player higher. The guy you have, I don't have on my list.
I don't have him on my list either.
Damn.
I just think
it's controversial for me.
I know I don't mind
think
it.
it's a
I just
great
think
pick.
it's
Yeah.
I don't mind it. I just think it's like a bit too early.
It is.
Like
Yes.
because he hasn't made $100 million worth yet. Like that's why I can't put him on the top 10 list because it's not there
Really?
yet.
I mean,
What do you mean?
of course
Yeah,
it is, bro.
I think he's worth it, bro.
he's one of the
No, like 100 to me, like $100 million player is like you gotta be like in the Ballon d'Or race, like player of the year quality.
You
and
can't
so-
say that now, though, man. Now
No, but that-
fucking Morgan Rogers went for 117.
I know, but that's why it's
Who
like
would you pick?
I don't
pick
have
Rice
any
anyway.
of these 100 million guys on my list at all. That's why, because I can't, because I need to, because the expectations are so high. I'm not gonna dilute my expectations because the market's diluted. So if
Fair,
$100 million
fair.
is being spent, we have to hold him. But I'm saying also, by the end of his career, I'm gonna put Declan Rice on this list. But I just can't put him right now. A couple of seasons
Sure.
into the move, it takes a lot
I
more
agree.
to make up 100 million. For Arsenal fans, one title is like, yo, thank you. But if Man City spent $100 million on one player and they only won one title, that's actually not good enough.
Yep.
For them, they're
For
looking
them,
at 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, right?
Yeah.
So that's why none of these newer 100 million guys are on it, because I need to see 10 years worth of data to say, okay, $100 million is worth it. That's why.
Got it.
I love Deku. Like I'm not even talking shit about him. That's just
Yeah.
my logic as to why they skipped out for me.
And I agree.
fair.
Again, there's no wrong answers, I feel.
Yeah.
And
100%.
I am speculating his impact
Yes.
on this Arsenal team. He's won the Premier League. He might.
Yes.
I hate to say this. I
Say
think
it.
he might do it again. Fuck me.
Back,
But
back.
yeah, whatever. But yeah, that's and he's the only. Just for the record, he's the only $100 million. Oh, sorry, £100 million player.
No, you actually made a good point though, because
Yo, you did
you
make a good
factored in future projection as part of your
Yeah.
analysis, where I didn't think about it at all. I only looked at players that have basically either at their end of their kind of time or have already left. Like I only completed like full careers because I felt like that was the only way I could assess it. But that's a good way to view it though. Like you could also assess if Declan Rice continues to play the way he is right now, he'll go down as like top 3 midfielders of Premier League history. You know, like
No,
technically.
but see, at the end of the
we
day,
could say that.
I'm gonna say this about Declan Rice because for me it was Van Persie, Declan Rice, David Silva. These were the 3 guys I was trying to figure out in 10 spot. The point I had for Declan Rice was you could argue he's the only $100 million signing that has worked in the Premier League.
Yeah, I agree.
Look at every
Yep.
other. The
agree.
closest maybe is Caicedo, but he has dropped a level.
Oh.
Jack Grealish, don't get me started. Morgan Rogers, we don't know yet.
Yeah.
Who else signed for 100 million? Wirtz hasn't shown up. Isak hasn't shown up.
What was
you look through
Mudryk?
that whole- Mudryk was 88 or something. Like I don't think he was 100.
Close.
A
Close.
lot,
Close.
but yeah, a lot.
Yeah, 90-ish. Yeah, but whatever.
So if you look at that whole list of players, he's the only one. Nobody talks about his price tag anymore. Nobody cares because he's that consistent. He's that good. He's a big game player. He's a
he
character. There's nothing wrong with him. Like,
Yep.
and he just turned 27. Nah, he's
Yeah,
an
exactly.
absolute baller, right?
And I had a quick, and I'll just give a quick shout out. I wanted to choose Sobo as well, but then he's a great shout out. But yeah, we'll speak about the honorable mentions later on. You know,
Yes, yeah.
let's keep the ball rolling.
I'll do my 9th. And
Yeah.
this is still me trying to kind of explain myself for Robertson, because basically I had 4 budget picks, and I only wanted to put 3 on my list, and Robertson was the most expensive out of them all. So he missed out on the cut. So 9th on my list
Surprising.
is one of the guys I think he's on the top 10 list on the Premier League goal scoring record, and he was bought for 1 million. Jamie Vardy. Jamie Vardy from Fleetwood Town, 1 million for Leicester City. He won a title. Obviously, we know that. He kind of checks that box to like kind of make an appearance on this list. He has the record for the most goals scored for anyone over the age of 30. and has 170 goals. Like he's up there in terms of total goals as like close to Henry, Wayne Rooney, like Aguero. Like he's in that catalog of goal scorers. Like even I was surprised when I looked up his record, like how many Premier League goals he has, considering how late he came onto the scene. With the titles, with everything, I'm not gonna say he's like quality-wise one of the best strikers ever, but in terms of a transfer, he might not have been the main man. I have more Leicester picks coming later. You'll see my theme now. Like, I have a couple of teams repeating, and this is the first of the Leicester guys. I just felt like of the impact that they had, he obviously had massive impact. He was crucial. I just had him third on that Leicester team compared to the other two that are gonna come. So, but 1 million, bro, like come on, 170 goals for 1 million. It's not like, he had to be on my list for me.
Yeah, he was definitely my consideration too. My thing was, he's not on my list, FYI. But the thing is, the players that I have, like, it was 3 pillars for me, right? Impact, winning, and like price. I think the price argument, Jamie Vardy's up here. Impact, he won that one Premier League, but then I feel like the other players I have on my list, they're like,
they went on to do more.
They went on to do a bunch of different things. They're kind of no, Jamie Vardy is too. Don't get me wrong, but I just feel like the other metrics weigh to the players that I have more. But Jamie Vardy definitely deserves a shout out. What a sign!
You know, one thing that I did like about Jamie Vardy is that he actually stayed with Leicester the whole time too.
Oh yeah.
So that added to his value is that you bought him for 1 million and you got him for the rest of his career. It's a free transfer essentially. Like if you think about it, for a Premier League club, it's a free transfer that gave you a top 10 goal scorer. So that's kind of why I get it. But you're absolutely right. He barely squeaked in for me because I qualified him with the one Premier League. After that, from a winning standpoint, never really competed in Europe. Never, he was just in that 6 to 12 range, just banging in like 13 to 18 goals every single season, consistent. So, again, I'm not going to argue against you guys too much. But if we talk about some of the other Leicester guys, then we'll have a conversation. But Arvin, who'd you have as your number 9?
Number 9, I think Anuru's going to be mad at this, but I'm just going to do it. And I have Virgil van Dijk at number 9.
No, that's insane.
I know.
That is
insane. Hear me out. All right. If you look at winning and impact, he 100% is like, should be top 2, top 1. He's up there. But he's the most expensive player on my list.
Yes.
So is Declan Rice.
No, but that's why Declan Rice is not on my list. Right?
Fair,
Declan Rice is not on my list.
You've been consistent. God damn it.
Virgil van Dijk's price kind of brings him down here. And I was struggling because I was like, yo, it's fucking Virgil van Dijk. Like, how am I going to have him 9th? I had him a lot higher before. But once I looked at like all the other factors for all the other players, with their price, the stuff they've won, he just kind of naturally went down. Because again, like I said, he's the most expensive player I have. Everyone else is cheaper. Yeah, he's the most expensive player I have. So the price is what... Because it's like he was bought to do something, and he 100% he exceeded it. But
right?
But I feel like the other guys were bought for cheaper, and they exceeded it way more, and they've won, and they've done everything.
Okay, I get it. I get the logic. Yeah. In my head, he is also the only expensive player I had. But like you could almost think of it as like a ratio, right? Like value to impact. Yeah. And like you could see what like to equalize their values. And we all have a different way of rationalizing it. For me, when I did the analysis of Van Dijk's fee to the value he provided, he still ends up so high up for me.
Yeah.
Like for me, like Van Dijk could have been bought for like more than this price, and I think he still would have made my list. I think he could have been the most expensive signing of all time, and I think he still would have made my list because there was just some guys I was like the price factor just didn't matter as much. But you've been consistent with your logic. You left out your boy Declan Rice, so like I get it. I think we just kind of looked at it slightly differently. I think me and Anurup are like on the same page on this.
Totally, man. I mean, I get it. Like, even in today's market, you pay more than 100 mil for a player like Van Dijk.
Oh,
he'll always make the top 5, not even top 10, if you will. So
okay,
question.
Let me ask you guys a question. What would you pay for Virgil van Dijk in his prime in this market?
in his
For a
As a
central
s-
defender, mind you.
Yeah,
if
yeah.
he's 25, 24, like okay.
Like when Liverpool bought him in, what price would you pay today to get him?
How old?
Okay, that's a different question.
He's 26.
Because I thought the move was slightly ridiculous when he came from Southampton.
Okay, you know what? Let me say this, right?
Was it? We needed him.
No,
I mean,
but
he-
75
he
million
fixed-
was ridiculous.
he fixed a
no
lot
one
of
knew
problems,
how
I
good he was gonna be.
Okay,
No
so-
one
okay,
knew
let
that.
me- I'll even put it this way: you know when you're buying him, he's gonna be that good. How much would you pay
Okay,
for him?
okay, okay. That's a
think
better
about
question.
it
That's
as
a better
central
question.
defender, though, a centre back. How much would you pay for him?
Like you know he's gonna make this kind of impact that he made.
You
Or
know
maybe
he's gonna be
even
Virgil van Dijk.
it's gonna be Virgil van Dijk. I would still pay 100 million.
I would pay. I would pay over 100 million because
Yeah, I would pay 100
think
million at least.
the most expensive center back transfer technically is it Maguire or is it Guardiola? Guardiola, I think.
I think it's
Guardiola.
Maguire still.
It's one of those two, and they went for like 80 to 90,
Yeah.
right?
Okay.
So if I have a guarantee, then I would say already the floor is at that level. But for someone of Van Dijk's quality, where you're thinking, oh, this guy could win Player of the Year, which like how many center backs are in that category? There's like a handful. That's why he's pushing like Morgan Rogers money for me, like
Fair. That's
like
totally
around
fair.
that like 120, 115 in this market.
So
Yeah.
I looked at his price adjusted for inflation. It's 115 euros, 115 million euros.
Still worth it, right?
So what I'm saying is the money you said you would pay for him is what he got bought for.
That is a
Knowing-
factor of my decision making process, though.
Yeah.
That was like
so-
one
so-
piece of it.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is like when you look at the money that was paid for him, he basically came in. The expectations that Liverpool had when they bought him from Southampton were big. We're like, why is he spending 75 million? He's exceeded those expectations. Like,
Yeah.
100%.
I'd spend 150 million on him, knowing what
Yep.
Virgil van
Exactly.
Dijk became. But that's what I'm saying. If you look at the valuation of the money that it is now, it's 115. He exceeded his value by maybe like 40 million.
Okay.
So that's
okay,
what
I
I'm
get
trying
it.
to say.
I get it. I get
Right?
it.
I'm
I
not
get
trying
it.
to
I
take
get it.
away from his impact in Liverpool,
Yeah.
which has been, if we're looking at impact on a team, he's probably like second or like he's unbelievable.
Easy.
You know what? I think I'm downplaying how much 75 million was then because I didn't
back
expect
in the day,
I know I
yeah.
didn't expect the inflation adjusted. I thought you were gonna say it's like less than that actually. I thought inflation adjusted would be less than that. I didn't realize
Yeah.
it's that much. So maybe I'm like again, I thought 75 million was a lot at that time, but then it was only in hindsight that I felt like it was worth it, right? But okay,
Trust
we
me,
got
I love VVD. I love VVD. Trust
we're
me.
gonna have to talk about him
Yeah,
later, anyways.
but
We gotta talk about him.
I will
anyways.
obviously disagree with you on this part, but you know what? You're solely sticking to that valuation and
Fair.
to what he's brought to the table. I will get to that because obviously he's.
We'll talk about it. We'll talk about it.
We'll talk about that.
Hit us with your 8. Go back to back.
Me? 8?
Yeah,
Oh
yeah.
man, I don't know if this. Oh my god! All right, at number 8, I had Rodri.
Oh, dude, yes.
I'm
Yes.
not ready.
Okay, go. Talk.
So I had Rodri at 8 because I don't even have to speak about his accolades with Man City. 4 Premier League titles, treble, game-winning goal in the Champions League. He's won a Ballon d'Or with Man City. If we talk about his he's one of the greatest midfielders of all time, and he's been the stabilizing force of that Man City team. The only reason he's a bit low for me is because of nostalgia bias, to be honest. Like, if you look at value for money, so he was bought for 64 million euros. If you adjust it at 76 million, imagine paying 76 million for Rodri, bro. Like, as much as you want to talk about, like, even like if you go back to Virgil van Dijk, the impact he had on Liverpool to bring them there, that's fair. I don't think Rodri would get the same amount of respect for doing it at Man City because Man City's always been a great team. But he has single-handedly held that midfield together. Once he's gone, you saw how their level just dropped.
Yep.
They haven't won a Premier League in 2 years since Rodri's been injured.
Yep.
One player for Man City, mind you. The team that can buy anybody they want. That's how important he is.
Yeah.
So that's why if you look at the money spent compared to Virgil van Dijk, I'm comparing to Virgil van Dijk because they're 9 and 8 on my list. So that's why I had Rodri up. And if you look at the individual accolades, Ballon d'Or players, like I can go on and on. Game-winning goal, Champions League, treble. So I had Rodri number 8.
Oh God, I made a lethal mistake here on my list. Sorry, shall I go for the number 8? Oh my god.
Yeah,
Yeah,
bro.
go for your
You
8.
get-
No, it's my turn. It's my turn. It's my turn. It's my
Yeah,
turn.
go ahead,
sorry,
go ahead.
It's
Sorry,
my turn.
Go ahead.
Okay, here's the thing. Rodri was a point of discussion. I'm telling you for days in my head. Days in my head, bro. Because I wanted him on my list, but I also wanted, like, a lot of this list is also, like, vibes for me. It's, like, players that I like. Like, that's how Van Persie got in. So, initially, Van Persie was not on my list, right? I had Rodri in, and Jamie Vardy was number 10. But then I was like, no. It would be funny if I put Van Persie in, because haha. And then I also, like, just talked myself into it. But then I didn't want to also remove Jamie Vardy.
Fair.
So I was like, I have to keep Jamie Vardy in. Then I just went up the list and I was like, I don't want to remove any of these guys. And Rodri's the one that I'm like least, you know, the one that I least like. I feel like in 5 years I like him more than I like him right now.
Yeah, trust me, bro, 100%.
So I didn't put him on my list, not because he doesn't deserve it, but just because I don't really like him like that.
Right.
That's the only defense I have. I have no logical defense.
Was low, bro. The vibe meter was low.
Because I can't show any stats, metrics to prove why he shouldn't be on this list. I just talked about how Van Dijk was in Ballon d'Or conversations and all these
This guy
things.
won the Ballon d'Or.
And I don't have him on the list. I can't defend myself. I'm completely ridiculous. It's completely ridiculous.
God,
No, that's too funny, bro.
This is terrible.
Anup, who do you have, man?
You know what? I want to change my number 8 so bad.
No. You gotta say what it is. Change it
But
after.
I-
Change it
okay.
after. You gotta say what it
I'll
is.
change it after, but I had Allison. Because he made the impact. What's up? Yeah, I mean, I know the reaction, but what? I had Allison. I had Allison because
Tell me you're a Liverpool fan without telling me you're
Without
a
telling me.
Liverpool fan, bro.
I
Are you?
know.
Come on, bro.
The list is
Whoa.
fine.
Okay, no, go for it.
no, but I did not think about Rodri. That's why I said I made a lethal mistake. I would put Rodri any day. I would swap.
Oh my god, you
Rodri
could have
for
picked
Allison.
like 15 other guys before.
Yeah, not really.
You're a Liverpool fan.
No,
bro.
listen, bro.
Explain your thought. Explain why.
No, the impact that Allison made, like he was that missing piece. Like when we signed Van Dijk. Sure, Allison was an expensive transfer as well. He was the most expensive goalkeeper, but he just stopped the leaky goals that we were conceding. You know, I think we were the finalists, Champions League finalists, before we won the Champions League final, and he was that missing piece of puzzle. The moment we signed him, we won the Champions League as well,
Champions League.
right? Because we
a
had
fair
nightmares from Loris Karius,
Yeah.
that howlers that he had, and he has been super consistent until he got injured. Right now, he has been the super consistent. Speaking of longevity, and speaking of performances, and his ball distribution, his shot stopping ability, like I can just go on and on about Allison, and he even scored a goal once, and he
Yes.
got us into top 3.
Yes.
I mean, I can come up with several moments. I thought of not having him on the list. He was not on my. Okay, this is what in my original list I did not have Allison. I'll be honest. And
Good.
guys, I'm saying this on record. I would swap Rodri. I would put Rodri on 8 for Allison.
Okay, we're gonna take it. We're gonna take that trade. We're gonna take the
Yeah.
trade.
Go.
Okay,
go.
we accept.
You know what? I have to say, the things you were saying,
for it.
you could argue he's been the best. He's the best goalkeeper of the 2010s, Allison.
Yeah,
Make that argument.
I
Yeah.
I
can't think
think
of
he
another.
is. No,
I think he is.
I think
he
it's a
is.
pretty consensus answer. Ederson is second, I would say, but I think
Yeah.
it's like a bit of a gap between him and Ederson.
And the impact as in like when we won both our Premier Leagues, he was
Yes.
in top form. So without Allison, I don't think we would be anywhere near. We would be like fighting for top 4. He got us.
No, I agree with
I
you
think
on
he
this, bro.
he helped us win both the league titles
yeah.
and the Champions League.
Especially the one you won last time.
Yeah.
Allison was huge. Yeah. I agree.
Yo.
Yeah.
Konate was like a headless chicken, and he
The
covered
last
up
one
for
especially, yeah, 100%. I just had no goalkeepers on my list, and it was like I think
I know.
Claude, like when I did some AI searches, it popped up. I don't think I even read his bullet points because it was like no goalkeepers on my list. Like
Right.
that's literally my logic. It's just when you talk about impact,
Makes sense.
I get the impact he has, but a goalkeeper's impact is still sporadic, and it is so like it also depends who's in front of you. It's so situational. There's just so many variables that I can't judge a goalkeeper against these guys. I feel like goalkeepers almost have to be judged on their own. So like
Yeah.
the more you talk
Makes
about
sense.
it, like you're kind of roping me back in. I thought it was like ridiculous. It's not as
Is it
ridiculous
though?
as I thought.
Is it?
I think for a top
you know
10
what?
list, I wouldn't put him top 10, but
I would.
Sure.
He doesn't sniff my top 10 because I still think guys like Van Persie in that 1 year, like scoring 28 goals or whatever he did, is way more impact, right? Or like Jamie Vardy for 1 million and what that did for Leicester. Like some of those things I think were way more impactful, and obviously I have other Liverpool players still coming up. And I just think it's not even Alisson's fault. He played his role to like as
Max.
best as we've seen in the Premier League level. Right? We can have conversations about like, oh, Alisson was great at this, Czech was this, Van der Sar was this. Like he's that level. I just wouldn't put any of those guys in my top 10 list. Like
Sure.
that's
No, I agree. And I told you guys, I'm saying this on record. I will swap Rodri.
hey, shout out.
I
Rodri.
feel like an idiot right now.
Bro's just
I
clip
forgot
farming,
about Rodri. Shit. Ow!
I feel like
He's
we're all
injured.
gonna have one. We're all gonna have one where we're like, what the fuck? How do we not put
No,
them
no,
in
no.
our list, bro?
No way. It's
I mean,
for
Rodri
me.
counts for me too. Like I'm already there. So
Yeah, number 8 is Rodri for me. Sorry.
Um,
Ali. I love you, Ali.
yours number 8 is Rodri. I have to do my no wait. Who's it's my turn.
Yeah, it's your
Your turn.
It's my turn. My number 8. I'm going back to back Leicester. But which one? Because there's multiple.
Wow.
He didn't stay as long, but I have him at number 8 because I love him so much. He's such a little cutie pie, so humble, so innocent. I went with Kanté, 5 million to Leicester City. Like in terms of quality, like because quality of the player kind of factored in for me, and for me, Kanté, in his peak, like obviously this is not to do with Leicester, but the whole World Cup, like he was in that when he was playing beside Pogba, and like you talk about that Makelele role. Kanté is one of my favorite players of all time, and when you talk about a vibes pick, like this is like purely a vibes pick for me, but I do think he deserves to be here for $5 million to the player that he went on to become. And then you could say he could show up on this as twice, because then you could also argue his transfer to Chelsea helped them win the Champions League and everything. So for me, that factored in. Where which one do you want? Do you want the Leicester Kanté that came for $5 million and won them a league, or do you want the Chelsea transfer that won the Champions League on top of the multiple leagues? Like you could take both of his careers, and I think they either make a shout or at least an honorable mention, but together for me, he had to be on the top 10. Also, love the guy.
Yep.
I don't even want to tell you where I have him on my list.
Oh, so he is.
You
on
have
the
him
list.
at 8, bro? Oh,
Okay,
what?
okay. I thought I was.
Bro!
Okay, fine. Okay, we're okay. I'm not mad at your reaction anymore. Okay, good. It's fine.
Oh, I'll get to it, I guess. Damn, bro! Wow, I'm shocked. I am shocked.
I will explain myself. I will explain
I
myself.
am shocked. Okay. Wow. Dude, when you said his name, I was like, no fucking way, bro. We'll get to it, I guess, but...
Yeah.
Damn, bro.
But okay, well, no one's mad at it, right? Okay, cool.
Nah.
No,
Of course not. Okay, cool. Okay, we'll move on to the next one. I think Arvin, you're next. 8.
Mine's number 7, right?
Number 7.
Oh wait,
now.
are we all done our 8s? We're done, right?
Yeah.
Because
We're all
he
done.
had Alisson.
He had
Okay,
Alisson
number 7.
first, you had Kanté, and I had Rodri.
Yeah.
So my number 7 is who Anurup had at number 9. I have Andy Robertson.
Really?
Yes. I have Andy Robertson at number 7 because, again, for 3.6 million euros, if you adjust that, that's 4.8 million. He's no arguments. He's the best left back of the 2010s. Everyone talks about Trent. Everyone talks about Van Dijk. Andy Robertson has the record for the most assists by a defender. This season, Liverpool won the league as I forgot what they were called, the Inevitables, and the year before, where Liverpool came in second with 97 points.
Yeah.
Andy Robertson was a motherfucking dog, bro.
He was.
Yep.
He can defend.
Beast.
He can attack. His mentality. He wasn't even injury prone at that time.
Nope.
I felt like he played every fucking game.
He did.
Correct me if
Yep.
I'm wrong.
Yeah. Until last 2 seasons where his
Bro.
performance dipped, he was He was bulletproof, by the way. That's another
His,
good shout, by the way.
Yeah, like his availability with his like the way he's played, the way he's carried himself. He's the one who's the aggressor, and man, the way he can bomb back and forth. And again, if you look at that price tag for 4.8 million now to get a fullback, which is one of the most important positions in the league today, getting a fullback.
Yeah.
The amount of money fullbacks are going for, to get him at that price, he is an integral part of Liverpool, like Klopp's Liverpool. And for me, the price thing, because everything Virgil van Dijk won, Robertson won, right?
That's
he won.
true.
He won the Champions League. He won the league with them. He did all of that. And if you look at the price, he kind of just shoots up for me. So
Sure.
Andy Robertson was number 7 for me. Yeah.
Fair.
Makes sense. Totally
Okay.
Makes sense.
No, I know I'm gonna put my hands up. You heard my logic why he missed the cut. It was purely from the valuation standpoint. I will take that one back. I think that's a big one that I missed out on. Guys, I fucked up real bad.
Now it's your turn.
No. Like I fucked up last round. I didn't mean to say Kanté.
Oh, what did you say the other?
Because I initially had Kanté at 8th. But I have moved him up.
Okay.
And this is why I was a little confused earlier. Because I thought I had Rodri on my list, right? And remember I told you like Rodri was in and out of my head? And the last minute change that I meant to make was I put Rodri at 8 and Kanté got moved up. So Rodri is on my list. So let's just get that sorted. Kanté's
So
gonna come
on
up.
everyone's list, basically.
Yes.
So you moved it to.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
I moved it too.
I messed up. I updated the higher one up on my list, which is Kanté, but I forgot to remove Kanté's name at 8 and replace it with Rodri. So as I was going up my list, I was oh shit, Kanté shows up twice. All right, yeah, I have him there. So okay, just clear that up. A little technical confusion, nothing that editing can't fix. But just Rodri's at 8, and I'm gonna take back the outrage of having Kanté that low, because you're right, he should have never been that low. That was a mistake from my end. But I will then mention my number 7 as I'm ranting about this. I feel so nervous saying it because I don't know how you guys are gonna react.
You're having a great time already, bro.
I know.
Good ass time.
I know. I don't know if I'm having fun or I'm just stressed out right now. I went with Aguero.
Huh?
Okay.
Okay.
I don't know. Like,
7.
Aguero was a weird one for me because I'm like, should he be higher? Should he be lower? Like, I feel like you could almost make an argument anyway, but he came for 35 million around the same time where David Silva came. So a little bit more expensive, right? 35 million for that time was, I think, like a fair price for him. Okay, my cat's walking on the keyboard. But when you talk about accolades, winning, and impact, 260 goals, and he was that first iteration of Man City where they needed someone like him to come in to make them into winners. And I think we knew Aguero was a good player back then at Atletico Madrid, but I don't think anyone would have expected for people to go, oh, who's better, Aguero or Henry? I'm not getting into that conversation. I'm just saying the fact that he's in that conversation, again, like I said, I did put a lot of stock into the quality of the player against that value. So for me, getting him for 30 million euros, for the player that you got in Man City and what he set Man City up to succeed for, I put him in here. Only reason he's not a bit higher is because some of the guys above are, I think, slightly lower fees, or in my opinion, just better players. So we'll see then. But what do you guys think about Aguero, especially at 7? Too low? Too high? What are you thinking?
For me, it's too low.
Too low. Okay. No, I get it. I struggled with
The
this
impact
one.
that he made, man. Yeah.
For me, like, spoiler alert, I guess it'll just save us time. I had Aguero number 6.
Oh,
Same
okay.
reasons. So right about Robertson.
Okay.
The biggest thing for me was he has the record for the most hat tricks. He's the highest scoring international goal scorer in the Premier League who's not English.
Right.
And I think he's so underrated. When we talk about the strikers, I hear Alan Shearer a lot. I hear Henry a lot. I hear Kane. Aguero he's in those conversations.
Yeah, he
Should
is.
be.
Sergio Aguero is, but
Absolutely.
I feel like we all kind of agree, but I don't hear his name come up a lot for some reason. Maybe it's because he played for Man City and people don't acknowledge as much. But Aguero, once, like, if you look at his goal scoring record, how good he was a player, all that aside, he has the greatest moment in Premier League history.
Yeah, exactly. Just for vibes, just for the vibe factor,
yeah, the
I'll
vibe
put
check
him
is 100%.
way
Well,
up there.
Yeah.
Come
Is it?
on, it hurts you, Sal. I get it, but for the neutrals, it was
No,
you know,
honestly,
euphoria. And
Because of
carried
what
that
he
City
did to us
team.
is why he's on this list for me. Oh, you know how I talked about Van Persie and he was brought in to do this one thing? It almost felt like Aguero was brought in to dethrone United.
Absolutely.
And he did it, right? He like succeeded. So
And his
for me as a
longevity too,
United
bro.
fan,
In law.
like the way I think about Henri. Okay, no, okay, whoa, I gotta
Hey,
fucking
chill,
chill
chill,
out here.
chill.
I gotta chill out here.
Backtrack
But what I was gonna say was
You
the
need to
way Manchester United fans look, or most United fans look back and think of Henri as that, like it's pure respect and pure competition. I think of that way of Aguero now. I used to downplay Aguero a lot when he was playing. I used to be like, Rooney's a better striker, and you say those things, and it's not like I was just saying it for shit. At the time, I was kind of like arguing for it.
Yeah.
But the longer that time goes by, and the more you reflect on his career, it's like bro, it's like him, Kane, or maybe one other person I'm gonna mention later. Like it's the best strikers in Premier League history. That's the conversation.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
100%.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. We all have Aguero on the list, right? Do you guys want me to tell where I have him on the list, or shall we just go?
Let's just keep
As
going.
you
Let's
say,
just keep
number
going.
6? Did you say number 6 yet?
No, I haven't said number 7 yet.
Go for your 7. Yeah, go for your 7 and 6.
Yeah.
7 and 6?
Like we'll do just back to back.
Cool. Back to back. Oh fuck. You know what? Oh god. So number 7. I'll just rip the bandit out. Off. I've put Eden Hazard.
Oh,
Number 7.
Okay.
I mean, he was considered to be expensive at that time in 2012.
for his age too.
For his age as well, 32 million pounds for in 2012. But he won 2 Premier League titles. I think he won a Europa League as well.
You won a Europa League as well.
No
Bro,
Champions
he
League.
made
but
an
yes,
impact
Europa League.
right off the bat. Speaking about players making impact, I think he was one of the best dribblers
Oh, yeah.
in
Oh, man.
at that time, right? And he won PFA Player of the Year in 2015. The impact that Hazard made in those few seasons that he was. I mean, he hit the peak at Chelsea,
Yeah.
right? Yeah, go ahead, Sal.
No, I was gonna say, like, just to kind of add on to your point. Hold up. First of all, I don't have him on my list, but he was one of those guys in this like bottom
Really?
half where I didn't
You
know
don't have Hazard
how.
on your list?
You don't
I
have
don't have
Hazard.
Hazard on my list.
That's crazy, bro.
I don't have Hazard on my list. I don't have Hazard on my list. I know.
Same.
I'm getting it out of the way.
That is outrageous, Sal.
I didn't know who to replace. I didn't know who to replace.
You have Van Persie and you don't have Hazard?
Hazard? Nah, bro. Nah. Yeah,
Van
nah.
Persie
You
was
can't have-
like, Van Persie was a given.
I feel better about Alisson right now.
How would you have Van Persie but not Hazard, bro? I'm an Arsenal fan, and you know how much I hate Chelsea, dude. Bro.
Same here.
Oh
You know how much I
my-
hate him being compared to Mo Salah?
Yeah, I know. Yo.
A Chelsea flop.
No.
Chelsea flop.
If we talk about player to player, that's a different thing. I just from a transfers thing, from a vibe check. Like, I love Hazard. Remember Arvin, we were having that conversation about Neymar versus Hazard, and I was trying to argue that like Hazard was like close to that Neymar level. Like, I was arguing for him, but like we know Neymar's better. It's fine. I don't want to get into that, but I'm just saying, like, I put him in that category of arguably third best player in the world. But I think I can't help but think about how much of a bitch he was at Real Madrid, and it's like leeching into my brain, even though it's completely unrelated. And I just like that transfer is like offsetting this transfer, even though it's completely unrelated. So I have no Hazard on my list.
Yeah.
But I
And
disagree with your
I don't even
logic
regret this
here.
one.
I disagree with your logic here. Like he
What
got
logic?
transferred to Real Madrid. Okay, you're saying that he was a bitch at Real Madrid. So you would say that people like the players who got transferred to Real Madrid and they didn't perform, they were not good.
Van Persie was
When-
a bitch at Fenerbahce, I guess.
Yeah.
He was,
Like Michael Owen was a bitch. Like he was fucking phenomenal.
but that's why he's not on my
Before
list.
Madrid. I'm not even like Michael Owen doesn't make the cut anyway.
Why are we
It's
bringing
post
up, like-
2010, right? But that's what I'm saying. Like I don't know.
Well,
But Eden Hazard is not on your list. That's
It's Eden
If we made a
Hazard.
top 10 best players in Premier League history, he might make my list.
Even as a transfer, though, bro, he cost 35
30
million, which
30
adjusted.
I'm not
his
even
price.
arguing against you guys. I'm not. I just the vibe
crazy.
it just weren't there, man.
All right, man.
It just weren't
I'm
there.
Curious to,
All right.
I'm curious to hear your the rest of your players, bro.
If I were to take someone out, I'll take Rodri out and I'll put Hazard at 8. But I won't.
Okay.
That's back-to-back outrageous.
I just don't want to replace any of these guys with Hazard. I just don't. Obviously, I clearly haven't said, not a spoiler, but I haven't said Van Dijk yet because obviously I rate him highly. So that's also what's like I think taking up one spot compared to you, Arvin. But anyway, you'll see the rest of my list.
Okay.
So where are we at now? 6?
6, yeah. I'll go
Yeah.
back to, so my 6th choice is the rower. Woof.
Haaland?
Yep.
Not mad at it, bro.
It's Erling
Not mad
Haaland. Bro,
I thought.
I mean, we knew the ilk that we were getting. I was actually very excited to see him play in the Premier League. I knew, like we all knew about his exploits in Dortmund and Salzburg before. But when he came to City, he just hit the ground running is an understatement for Haaland. It was he came in. There was no adjustment period, by the way, for Haaland.
Yeah.
He just started ripping off the defense. Bro,
Yeah.
he scored 36 goals in the first season. He broke Mo Salah's record.
Yeah.
And he won the treble as well.
Yeah.
Like, I don't have, say no more. Yeah. And he has the potential. He still, he still has the, his ceiling is still high, right? And he's young, relatively, right?
Yeah.
So, and he has achieved everything what a team has to achieve. So, 6th for
I'm
me.
not mad at it.
Erling
I'm
Haaland.
not mad at it at all.
Haaland.
I'm not mad at that. I had Haaland outside the top 10,
Ooh.
but I was debating. I'm like, because
Okay.
at the end of the day, the only reason I guess I did put Haaland was maybe a bit of nostalgia, but this might be a dumb reason not to put in. Like, his transfer fee wasn't a lot, but his wages, his agent fees, they paid a shit ton of money to get him. And he's delivering. But it's like, for that reason, I was like, I don't know if I want to put him in my top 10, because every other pick that I have is kind of like value for money. He is still, because he's arguably the greatest goal scorer, pure goal scorer this league seen. But I don't know, I didn't have the heart to put him in for some
He
reason.
can beat all the
Maybe
records in the future, right?
Oh, he already, I'm not mad at it. I'm
I'm not mad at it. It's the same reason why Declan Rice is not on my list. I think by the end of their careers, you could argue Haaland could be like fucking top 3, bro. Like, because he could have the Premier League goal scoring record. Like, he's gonna be up there. So like, based on your logic, I'm not mad at it. Like, my logic was I just wasn't putting any like Declan Rice or Haaland or any of these guys just weren't gonna be on this list. Not because they don't deserve to. I'll just like save them for when we do this episode like 7 years from now.
Sure, but I think he's worth everything that you pay. You know,
You know how much money people
twice as
pay
much.
right now to get a striker of that quality? Imagine
Anything,
the money
literally
they-
anything.
They pay anything. They pay like 200 million.
200 million.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you take
200
it,
million.
bro.
He'd break every record.
take my money and
Especially after this World Cup, it's might have even gone up more than 200 million. I'm not even joking,
think
bro.
so.
Because now you talk about the image rights that you get, the money that you're gonna make, that off his name, just having him on your team. He's hitting like that #1 most recognizable face in the world. So that kind of counts too. Actually, it's something I didn't factor in, but like that marketability aspect of it.
Absolutely.
Haaland might be #1 in the world right now, outside of like Ronaldo.
he's a
Messi.
YouTuber too. He's a YouTuber.
Yeah.
True.
He's the face of football in North America,
Yep.
Yeah.
which is crazy. You know, you single-handedly did
Yeah,
that.
yeah,
I'm mad at it at all.
So that's what it fit my criteria. You know, I mean, Haaland fits every criteria, honestly.
Yeah.
If you
Who's your 6?
are
No, go. No, you go again. 7 and 6, yeah. Or did you do 8 and 7?
No. I did. 8th was Rodri. Remember, I had Allison.
Yeah, so go back to
7th
back,
was
yeah.
Hazard. 6th is Haaland.
6 is hard.
Oh, okay. 6th is Haaland. Okay, so my 6th.
Oh my god. I have a good feeling about this.
It's a guy who came in for a very nominal fee. The lowest fee I think I have on my whole list. 400,000 euros he came in for, who then went on to be the PFA Player of the Year, I think, that season itself.
I think I know
but-
what you're
It
talking
wasn't
I
that
almost
season,
put
but I
him-
know, yeah.
It was it was a season after that. You're right. It was a season after that. but I kind of did the whole game that I did with Kanté a little bit, where I almost wanted to put him higher because of it, like from that value standpoint. But then I factored in his next Premier League transfer and how that went, and it kind of knocked it off. But for me, it's Riyad Mahrez. 400,000 from the second division of France to then the player of the year with Leicester. In my opinion, still, like, Kanté was like the piece that made everything work. So I'm not gonna sit here and say Mahrez was the most important player, because I don't believe that. But if he wasn't the best, he was the second best, right? And when you saw his quality, the touch, the dribbling, the control, the free kicks, the corners, the shots, you were just in awe of how could have someone like this been in the second division of France. Like, it didn't make sense for him to jump to those levels, become the player of the year. I don't know if there's a more remarkable, like, story. It's like him and Jamie Vardy, essentially, the two Leicester guys, non-league to this, and then second division of France to here. They changed everything, including their own lives. So for me, Mahrez had to be on this list. Again, I kind of struggled where to put him. I could argue him going down a little bit. I could argue him being even a bit higher if you just talk about that single transfer. So that's where I had it, but I don't know. I was expecting reactions for this one.
It's purely based on value, and again, I wouldn't argue against this, but he's not on my list. I'll just drop the ball there. He's not on my list. Honourable mentions, yes, but not on my list.
Because accolades-wise, he has as much as Hazard does.
That's true.
If not more.
PFA Player of the Year.
Player of the Year. Hazard never won that. He won the league.
4 Premier League titles. He won a Champions League, and you could argue he was a key part for. He wasn't a passenger, man. He
No,
scored goals
absolutely
in the
not.
quarterfinals against Madrid. He did more than his part, bro. I have Mahrez a lot higher. I'll just say that.
I really thought about it, and I almost.
Makes sense.
I said Kanté I have higher just because I personally think he was that glue guy for those teams a little bit more than Mahrez. Like, you know how you said Mahrez is not a passenger? Well, you think about Kanté and he was like in the middle of all of it. But like, I'm not mad at you. Like, they're up there, you know, like they're up there.
Yeah. No, that's.
But he had to be on the list for me. Just purely from a value standpoint, to get a guy from, let's say he didn't win a title. He didn't even win PFA Player of the Year. He did nothing. If a guy came for 400,000 and was in like a top 4 competing team, starting at right wing in the top 10 for assists and goals, I think he could have made an argument for this list even without all the accolades. Then you add in everything on top of that, the Champions Leagues, the titles, but the PFA Player of the Year was the most important. Because for me, we talk a lot about titles, but at the end of the day, titles are team accomplishments, right? Like, you need so many other pieces to work. PFA the Player of the Year is like, that's you. That's you establishing yourself as the best player. And for him to do that off a 400,000 transfer,
that is insane.
Unreal. You could even argue he, value-wise, the best transfer ever.
You could argue that, 100%.
You can actually, you know.
Yeah.
Shit. Now I'm seriously.
If he didn't play for Man City, he'd be higher. If he didn't play for Man City, he'd be higher. I'll say that.
Yes, that's true. That's true.
Arvin, who do you have at your 6?
Can I go 6? Can I go 4, 5, and 6? Because those players have already been mentioned.
Oh yeah, just give us your order then. Yeah.
So I had Sergio Aguero at 6, because it's Aguero. I think we kind of talked about my 6 already. 5, I had Eden Hazard.
Okay.
And the fact that you don't have him on your list is crazy,
insane.
dude.
Yeah.
Man, as an Arsenal fan, I hate Chelsea. We go back and forth, but this guy defined a generation.
He did.
He came in. He was the most exciting player in the league. He changed the way Chelsea was looked at. Some of the goals he scored, the impact he's had, even the years they didn't win the league, he was carrying that shitty team. I think, like, not the Europa League season, the years before when Chelsea weren't. They were like battling for top 4 and things like that. Eden Hazard was.
They were 10th.
Ultimate carry.
They were 10th in that.
I've never seen someone get triple team like he did. Wait, no, what? No, yo, he's ass, bro. Why am I helping you?
And like at the end of the day, even if you adjust his price for inflation, it was 50 million. He was bought for 35 million euros.
That's crazy.
Imagine buying Eden Hazard for 50 M's, bro.
If Morgan Rogers is 120, then Eden is what?
Eden Hazard
175?
It's not even, bro. Holy crap! Like, this guy's worth like 250. No, because if you compare like Morgan Rogers to Eden Hazard, it's Eden Hazard, man.
It's not even close. Like, they're not even in the same tier of. I don't think they're even 1 tier apart. I think like Hazard's like 2 tiers apart. Because again, Hazard was going up against like the Neymars of the world.
Yeah.
He was like a tier below Ronaldo and Messi.
Exactly. Like he was.
Okay, I'm not
that's
helping
the
my
debate
argument.
we were having, right? So for me, Eden Hazard was number 5, and at number 4, I had Riyad Mahrez.
No.
Okay.
I think.
Yeah, I like that.
He's pretty high.
Listen, like that season with Leicester, Riyad
that was
Mahrez was pure magic, bro.
Yeah.
I still remember the goal he scored against us, where the ball came in. He touched it one touch, dropped to a defender's bottom corner. His first touch is probably the best I've ever seen in the league.
Ever.
It's
Ever.
I agree.
Unbelievable what he does, and not only that. So he went to this. I forgot. I don't know how to say it. Le Havre from the French second division to Leicester for 500k euros is what I have. 600k euros. Even if you adjust it for inflation, 750k. Imagine that to sign Riyad fucking Mahrez, right?
Yeah.
So he did that at Leicester. He goes to Man City. He wins another 4 Premier League. He wins another 4 Premier League titles. So he's 5 Premier League titles. He's won the Champions League. He's won the FA Cup. He's won everything. And to this day, Man City don't have a good Riyad Mahrez replacement.
I should have put him
To
higher.
this day,
Yeah.
they're still trying to replace Riyad Mahrez. Who's a right winger right now? Savinho? They put
yeah.
Semenyo, who's a left winger, on the right. They're still
Yep.
trying to figure out what to do with Riyad Mahrez.
Totally.
He's
Okay.
he's arguably one of the greatest like African players of all time, in my opinion. He's up there. Like he's top 5, top 6 for sure.
Top 5 for sure, I guess.
Like
100%.
100%.
Top
Right?
5, yeah.
And
Yeah.
like for
I
me,
agree.
he shot up this high on my list because of the value.
Yeah.
You buy that caliber of player for the cheapest price that I have on my list, he was number 4.
Yeah.
You've
And I kind
sold
of
me.
regret not putting him
sold
on the
me.
list.
Okay, I'm gonna go through my list as is. I'm moving him up. I don't care. At the end, I'm moving it up. I don't care. My final list is gonna be different. I don't care. I'm still not putting Hazard in, but I'm moving him up.
Marvin was a shell, bro. That's crazy, bro.
That is so
You gotta, bro. If you gotta kick Van Persie out and put Hazard, man.
I'm
I'm
not
not even
doing
going to
that.
argue against this.
I'm not doing
I'm
that.
not even
Okay,
going to
yeah.
argue.
Here on
against
my
this.
rest of my list, I'm open to trades except number 10. Van Persie's the only one that's not moving.
Yeah, that's...
He's just not. I
He
told
wants
you guys
one United
full.
player to be
I
there.
used my
He's
number
one.
10 as the honorable mention to put one. I said full disclaimer.
You have to,
Okay,
man.
so it's okay. I should have picked a Liverpool player to fucking boot out instead of a Chelsea player. That's where I fucked up. But I'll say my 5 and 4. Oh, fuck, not. I go from that transition to having to say this. Number 5. One of my. We talked about favorite players to watch. I think this is one of my absolute favorite players to watch. In terms of like the best single season I've ever personally seen, I think this might be the greatest single season I've seen one player do as a single carry job. This breaks my rule of having winners. It breaks my rule.
Oh,
And this player to me deserved
Is it?
being on this list, even though he doesn't have a Premier League title, because he just happens to play for what at the time was the most sorry-ass franchise in the whole Premier League, Luis Suarez. And I have to put him high. I know 5 is high for a guy who's never won the Premier League, but
Yeah.
that, what was it, 2013, 2014 season, the 31-goal campaign, I've never seen anything like it before that. I have never seen anything like it since then. That hat-trick he had against
Norwich. Bro, he had
Greatest
3
hat-trick
hat-tricks
I've ever
against
seen in my
them.
life.
three hat-tricks
Against Norwich.
them.
And once he
Which
scored
one?
4 goals. Once he scored 4 goals against them.
Like, Haaland could score 45 goals in a season. It will never beat what Luis Suarez
Suarez
did with the garbanzo players that he was playing around fucking with Stuart Downing. I don't even know what garbage he
Bro,
had at the
don't
time.
even... John Joe Shelby, and I don't know, man. It was so
Yeah,
bad.
like just absolute nonsense. And the
Yeah.
fact that they were even top 4 fighting to win second place, bro,
They almost won it. What are you saying?
Yeah, almost
unbelievable.
2013, 2014?
It's the greatest single man carry job I have ever seen in my life. So for me, he was worth breaking the rule and putting
Yeah.
on this list. But I can understand why you guys don't have him on this list.
I don't have
I
him.
imagine Anurup does.
I do not. I do not
Oh,
have
okay.
it on my list. But bro, that like huge shout out to Suarez because and don't forget the fact that he had a ban as well.
Yeah, true.
For biting.
Wasn't it like a 7-game ban or like an 8-game ban?
13
To start the
game
season?
ban, I guess.
13?
Hang on. Let me,
don't know
no,
it's that
maybe
much.
it was 10. I don't know. I'm not sure. Don't quote me on this. Luis Suarez ban. But
it's
it
like
was
10
it was a
match.
long ban.
10 match ban.
10 match.
10
Yeah,
match
there you
ban.
go. 10 match. That's insane, right? You have 38 games in the season.
He got another 8-match ban for a racial slur.
Yeah.
So
That's for a different
that was
season.
separate.
That was-
separate
that's for
season,
different
separate incident.
Yeah. But just imagine.
Realistically, if I had to put Hazard somewhere, following my like if I had to be consistent with my logic, I should be replacing Suarez with Hazard realistically. But again, like I said, I'm moving vibes off this one. I kind of figured you guys wouldn't have him on your list, especially when Arvin said the winners was the criteria. So I wanted to give Luis Suarez his flowers. I think he's more than the players that we're going to mention in the honorable mention. He's in the category of the players that we're going to talk about right after this in terms of quality. So I thought it was like a nice little number 5, right in the midpoint of just shoehorning him in there. But we'll keep it moving. We'll keep it moving. But
so yeah, like Luis Suarez for me was honorable mention too. The reason I didn't put him in is, as great as his individual season was, I think it's harsh to say it was a one-man carry job. I thought Daniel Sturridge was good that season.
Yeah.
Stevie G was good that
Stevie
season.
G was great as well.
Of course, Stevie G was great. Stevie G was.
But like you and Daniel Sturridge had like 20 goals. He was doing the little So
yeah, but what Liverpool was to before him, to what they were doing with him, it was that impact piece. Because to me, like, bro, like I didn't grow up with Liverpool fans. Like no one fucking cared about Liverpool.
Yeah.
That little Champions Leagues run they had, sure. And then in the Premier League again, no one cared. It wasn't until Luis Suarez showed up is when like I started tuning into their games. He made me want to watch Liverpool.
They had Torres, man.
Exactly. That's what made me a Liverpool fan. Torres and Gerrard's chemistry is something that made me a Liverpool fan.
Remember, I don't know. I was like the 08-09 season.
love
Like,
Torres.
they beat Man United
4-1
or something.
That was
Yeah.
insane.
Oh,
And Vidic
No, for
always
me,
picks
it's
up a red card against
For me,
Liverpool.
it was like the thing about Suarez is I'd say is when Torres went to Chelsea, I was like, how are they going to replace him?
Yeah.
This guy came in and he blew Torres out of the water.
Yeah.
I was like, who's Torres, bro?
I think that's part of it because I held Torres I love Torres, right? Just the aesthetic of him and how he played, how he fucking ran and everything. I liked him regardless. And I jokes aside, I used to respect that older kind of Liverpool team. Like I used to love Dirk Kuyt and all those guys. Like I did respect them a lot.
Maxi Rodriguez.
But Suarez was just, I don't know, man. Like he's
different.
like the only person that I would ever argue against Henry. You know, we've had arguments about Henry and Salah and Henry and Aguero, like, and I shushed them out quickly. The only person, if I have to go one season for one season, it's like prime Suarez versus prime Henry. Give me any of them. I honestly don't care. You could argue Suarez is the better pure goal scorer even than Henry. He could score from like just left foot, right foot, like everything.
Yeah.
No, I'm talking about the two best ever. Like you don't. I'm not trying to like downplay anyone. I'm not trying
But
to
that
downplay
season
anyone.
that he like outshone
No, it was
everyone.
unbelievable. Unbelievable. Yeah.
He scored from left foot, right? You're right, Sal. He could just score from anywhere.
Free
He had
kicks,
the greatest miss.
headers,
I don't know.
Header, yeah. absolutely.
long shots.
And that goal against
volleys.
Newcastle, the way he, he took
shoulder
it on his
touch.
chest, shoulder touch, and then another touch, and then goal.
Cold.
That was
Never,
really cool.
never seen a guy do that. So, okay, anyways, we've talked long enough about Mahrez. Let's move on. Suarez.
Suarez, yeah.
Let's move on. Anurup, you haven't said your fifth yet, right?
I haven't said my fifth yet. So can I go with fifth, fourth, and third because we mentioned all the
Okay,
players
sure.
already. Okay, so fifth is obviously N'Golo Kanté. What a season he had! Like especially with the Leicester City season, I have never seen someone contributing to a success to a club like Kanté did. You know, I think the stats that I pulled up. For me, it was like he won with Leicester, and then he went to Chelsea, and he won with Chelsea again. That never happened before, you know. Same player with two different clubs, winning back-to-back Premier League. So, N'Golo Kanté for me on fifth, Aguero on fourth.
Yeah.
For me,
Yeah. No, man.
you know, sure, 260 goals, which is insane. I'm not gonna go delve into details. He is a legend. Longevity, speak about it, the quality that he had, and that right from the first minute. He made impact, and I think he was, he just initiated that city's lethal, reign. You can say. So Aguero for me, number third. Can I go for number third as well? I think we've spoken.
Wait,
about
one
that.
sec. Have we all? I want to wait till we get to the third
Okay, cool. Yeah,
I wanna
because
wait
it's
a bit.
top three, right? Sure.
because I feel like my top three discussions.
Cool.
I'll just get it out of the way, just to get it out of the way. I had Conte at fourth.
Awesome.
Talked about it enough. I think 4, 5, 6. You can kind of like move them around, right? Like I can't really be too mad on the semantics of that. So I'll just move on from that. Arvin, who was your fourth? Remind us again.
Riyad Mahrez.
Riyad Mahrez. Okay. So our 4 to 10 have been laid out. Let's move on to the top 3. I think I've kind of I pieced it together. I think I've figured out Arvin's based on where he put Van Dijk. And then I think me and Anurup have the same top 3. It's just going to be a matter of like how do we order them. So let's do like we kind of have the same caliber of players. So let's Anurup, you started off. I want Arvin to go last because he's the one that has the missing piece. So
He does.
So you go for your third one.
Virgil van Dijk, the best captain that we have right now.
Okay.
Not the best. Okay. For me, it was Jordan Henderson. But anyway, Virgil van Dijk's impact. He was, like I know we paid a record signing fee, and he was a January signing. He scored a goal in his debut against Everton. Can never forget that. A clean header, and he makes his impact, makes his mark. I think Arvind, you have touched upon all those points, and I still disagree with you putting him on 9th. That's insane, ridiculous, bro. So yeah, he's number 3 for me, and is he the only defender who was the runner-up for Ballon d'Or?
Yes.
2019. The only defender.
Well, Cannavaro's
In
won
recent
Ballon
years.
d'Or.
Huh? Oh yeah.
Cannavaro has won a Ballon d'Or, so
Right.
it's not like an
recent
unheard of thing, but it's so
I think
rare.
it was crazy because he was second to Messi,
Second to Messi, yeah.
if I'm mistaken. If I'm not mistaken.
There were like some people were arguing for it too. Like it wasn't like it was like he was like a distant second. Like you could have made an argument.
Could have, but yeah, we won the Champions League that year, right?
That season, yeah. If that happened today with how like the Champions League bias that everyone has, he might have won it.
Argument.
He might have won it.
Yeah.
So I also have Van Dijk at there. Okay.
Okay, cool.
So I know you said you've not been swayed. I've been swayed. And even hearing myself talk about some of the guys below, in hindsight, if I were to do this list again, I would move Van Dijk down. I think the price thing, I didn't realize from an inflation standpoint, like how much Liverpool was paying at the time, especially coming from Southampton, where we knew he was really good, but he wasn't a sure thing to be what we thought he was. And I know that's not the point, but when you're paying 75 million, you kind of want a sure thing. And I'm thinking back to myself and how I processed that trade back then. I was like, yo, you're paying 75 million for a guy from Southampton? Like, is this really going to work out? There was doubts. If you're paying 75 million, there should not be a doubt. That's why I think the Declan Rice one is almost a better shout, because to me, even though people said 100 million was outrageous, I love Declan Rice and I felt like worth it. At the time, I didn't think Van Dijk was worth it. He proved it to us after the fact. So to me, he still deserves to be on this list. But kind of after hearing everyone's arguments and hearing myself talk about it, I think I would move him down closer to like 7, 8, I think. Like someone like a Mahrez, undoubtedly, I think, deserves to be over Van Dijk.
Wow.
When you think about
for money wise, that was my
value for not even,
he
but
moved
just
to
not
City.
even value of money, not even just value for money, just pure quality, value for money, accomplishments, PFA Player of the Year, from individual accolades to team accolades.
Yeah.
He kind of beats him in everything. Also someone that got that big money move and still came out on the other end as like, yo, Mahrez was kind of worth it for Man City, right? Not kind of. Of all the signings Man City has, it was worth it. So like all of that kind of like, if I factor all of that in, like it's, I would put someone like a Mahrez up there. You could even argue someone like a Kanté above Van Dijk. I would even put I wouldn't put Aguero personally, but if you had Aguero over Van Dijk, I wouldn't be mad at it. I wouldn't put Suarez over him.
No.
But like I'm putting him in that bucket. Like if I had to redo my list, I'm putting him in that like 6, 7, 8, that Mahrez, Aguero, Rodri range. I'm putting him in that range. I think that's where he deserves to be. I think him and Rodri are like kind of comparable in that sense, in how good they were, the impact that they had, and for the valuations that they came in.
That's
so
right.
Van Dijk at 3 for me. Arvin, what do you have?
At 3? Who do I have at 3? I have.
I'm interested. I'm curious.
I have Kevin De Bruyne at 3.
At 3. Okay. Okay.
Kevin De Bruyne.
Oh, okay. I figured out your list.
So
I like it. Yo, you know what? I like it. I like it.
So I don't think I need to say much about Kevin De Bruyne. You could argue he's the greatest midfielder in Premier League history.
Greatest.
It's just so he came in for 76 million euros, which is a lot of money, right? It's 102 million, and now you'll be like, okay, why did I have him so high but Van Dijk so low? I just feel like, in terms of player quality, and from what I saw from Kevin De Bruyne as for someone in his position, I've seen him do stuff and make passes that I'm like, this is not real, bro. Like, how do you find someone that consistently with that precision time and time again? His big game mentality, longevity, like the quality of goals. He is the face of the Premier League in terms of like what he's done for Man City in the 2010s. Kevin De Bruyne is the Mount Rushmore, right?
Yeah.
Like, and for me, it was just hard to put Virgil van Dijk because like a central defender compared to an outfielder,
100%.
Like
It's
that was kind of the
That's right.
debate for me, because again, like when we talked about how much would you pay for Van Dijk now, even a prime central defender wouldn't go for more than like 120, 150. I don't think so.
It's true. It's
but
true.
imagine trying to pay. What would you pay for prime Kevin De Bruyne now?
Blank check.
Just get it. Just
500
get it.
mil.
It doesn't matter.
I don't even care. There's no number that's too much.
Can't
Much for
justify a
Kevin De Bruyne.
number on that guy.
Like he obviously had the 19 goal. Like obviously, Fernandes broke it. Respect. But until then, Kevin De Bruyne was a joint holder. I can keep going on and on about Kevin De Bruyne, man. He's just an unbelievable player. And the fact that Chelsea let him go, and then Man City bought him back, and nobody even questions it. And he, like I said, he's in those conversations for the best midfielder of all time in the Premier League.
That's cool.
And you could say he is. If somebody came and told me that, I wouldn't be mad at that. I really wouldn't. You could say, if somebody came and told me he's the greatest, I'll be like, listen, it is what it is. From the way he's played, what he's done for City, he's up there for me. So
I'm not gonna say too much about it because, he's on my list, and I'll talk about it when the turn comes. My only stipulation is, this is why I kind of segregated the top three. He just had to be in everyone's top three. The only wrong decision was putting him at like 4. Like that's the only way you can mess it up. I think top 3 is like fair, right? You can kind of jumble these guys around, sure, whatever. I personally think, I'll be honest, I didn't think much about this one with Kevin De Bruyne. So we'll get to it.
Same.
But you've said you're third. We've all shared our 3. It's Van Dijk and for me and Anurup, and then obviously Kevin De Bruyne for Arvin. So let's move on to number 2. And let's start with Anurup again, because I want to leave Arvin again, because there's the one player that me and Anurup don't have. I want to leave it to the end. But Anurup, because it's second, which we also know who the first is, you want to hit us with who your number 1 is, and then number 2?
You want
in
me
the
to
one
tell my
go?
number 1 and then say number 2, or?
I think we already know who the guys are. It's more about the order.
Okay, cool. So my number 2 is Kevin De Bruyne.
Okay.
So
I expected this.
obviously, bro. Okay, for me,
It's fair. It's fair.
You
It's
know
fair.
what?
It's totally
He has always been one of my. After Stevie G left, I think I can just see him as the reincarnation of Stevie G, and the way he defined the number 8, number 10 role. He's just like I don't know, man. He's just a magician. Sublime passes, and the way he scored goals. I mean, there is no other Kevin De Bruyne, if you ask me. And I, being a Liverpool fan, I love De Bruyne. I would buy his jersey as well. I don't care. I just love
I think
him.
every
One of my
fan
favorite
base
players,
loves him.
right?
No one, you can't hate on him. You just can't.
Yeah, for me, Stevie G's here and Kevin De Bruyne is right up there. Right up there. So, yeah. So, second is Kevin De Bruyne. And, again, I will, I'll cut to the chase. Number 1.
King Mo.
And like I can't, like I'm not gonna argue with you. Like you can't. No one can. You're well within your rights to put him at number 1.
Like,
I don't know. Run us down through some of the many things that this man has accomplished. Why don't we give some details on where he came from, what he did? So Salah again. I think what I was reading, yes, he was initially purchased for 36.5, but with the add-ons, it went up to closer to 44 million euros, which is like take your money. Like it's because he was hitting those targets. Came from Roma, a former Chelsea product, just kind of like Kevin De Bruyne. He was a reject at multiple clubs, just getting passed around. I think everyone knew he had a bit of talent, but no one really was able to unlock it. And then he came to Liverpool, and I felt like Liverpool was just kind of taking like, oh, you guys don't need him, you don't need him, you don't need him.
Yeah.
Just kind of gathering these rejects that other teams didn't want and said, I'm going to make a team out of this. But none of this works without this guy right here. Nothing happens without him. The Champions League don't happen without him.
Nope.
The Premier League, everything. Like, he was that X factor. Like, we know how good Mane was and Stevie G and Henderson. And we know Van Dijk, obviously. We know how good these guys are.
Yeah.
But they needed that guy who could score 30 goals a season, 25 goals a season, 12 assists. Like, like the Henry type player, the Cristiano Ronaldo type production. That's what Liverpool was lacking, and they got him. We talked about how Luis Suarez replaced Torres and went past it. For Liverpool, they were building the rest of the team. It's like, how did they replace Luis Suarez's goal-scoring opportunities? And in comes King Mo.
And he's a winger, guys. He's not even a striker.
Yeah.
Right wing, you know. I don't think so. First of all, I am dreading to watch Liverpool games without Salah. I'm so used to him.
How does that feel, bro? That's
I'm
crazy.
not
crazy
confident,
feeling, yeah.
and we haven't replaced him. And I told you guys in the previous episodes, sure, we were targeting Yan Diomande, but you can't replace Salah. You can't replace this legend. What he has done, what he has gone through, like he emerged from the village of Egypt. Nobody knew about it. He played for Al Ahly, and then he had to travel like half a day to just go and train and come back, you know. That hard work that he put forth, and then he got into Chelsea's team, rejected by Mourinho. He said that, you know, he thought that he'll never have a place, and then he went back to Fiorentina, where he scored, you know, he had a good season. Then jumped to Roma. He did pretty good. Then when he not too bad, right? He had like 30 goal and assist contribution, maybe close to that. And then when he signed for Liverpool, I think there was a mixed bag of feelings about Salah, but you know, he just proved every hater wrong, right? The very first season itself, he broke the Premier League record, being a winger.
Crazy.
Right? I mean, I can go on and on. I can go on a spiel.
You know the craziest thing about Mo Salah for me? I have him at number 2. The craziest thing about Mo Salah for me is he had that unreal season, right? 32 goals. Yeah. Everyone started calling him a one-season wonder. Ever since then, he scored 20 goals in every year. Bro, he is the benchmark for a goal-scoring player in the Premier League in the 2010s. I don't care. And like, as much as I love Aguero, he scored 260 goals or whatever, like, Mo Salah's, I think, is pretty close to that. And the fact that he's a winger, the fact that he's been a staple for Liverpool. You don't win the title you won 2 years ago without Mo Salah. That guy
he had the best
carried
season.
Your ass.
Yeah. Oh, yeah,
Every
absolutely.
game, he doesn't do anything for 70 minutes, goal assist. You're like, okay, Liverpool are going to lose, 80th minute, goal. Penalty, Salah. I'm like, I'm tired of this guy, bro. He's just, there's an inevitability about him. There was, 100%. Totally. Last year, obviously, it dropped off, but even that year, everyone thought he was going to drop off due to his age. But he had his best season.
Yeah,
and
crazy.
The way, like, he was doubted. I remember when Liverpool signed him again. They're like, why are we signing this guy from Roma, Chelsea? Reject,
exactly. People
blah, blah,
said
blah.
that.
Then he just blew everybody out of the water with that 32-goal season. One season wonder. Does it again.
Crazy.
Does it again. Does it again.
Again
and now he's being compared to
Henry.
Wins the Champions League. Wins 2 Premier Leagues. How many PFA Players of the Year? Like
3.
This guy. And again, if you want to go to the fee thing, he was bought for 42 million euros. If you adjust it now, 55 million.
Which is a steal. I think it's a steal for what we got. You know,
steal is an understatement. If we're talking about Kevin De Bruyne being that great, like Kevin De Bruyne and Mo Salah were like going at it. They were one team, right? If you look, and now if you include the price, and obviously Manchester City have unlimited amount of money, so they obviously won more. But what Mo Salah means to Liverpool, that's why I'm at number 2. Like, he's above De Bruyne for me for that. So.
Oh yeah.
100%.
Yeah, he's my number 1 though, Mo Salah.
Yeah, fair.
So I guess that I'll get my list out of the way, and I think we'll find out who Arvin's number 1 is. I think we are slowly putting it together. But I had Salah at 2, De Bruyne at 1. I'm not necessarily against it. I'm gonna echo a lot of what Arvin said. I do consider him the greatest, at least in his position, the greatest midfielder of all time. I do.
Yeah, he is.
The record-breaking seasons, and it's not about the numbers and it's about the accolades. It's like when I watched that guy play, it didn't matter where on the field he was, who was around him. If he had the ball at his feet, they can score a goal. He could be in his own box, and someone could be on a break and score a goal. Remember that Ozil, that was it 2016-17 season or whatever, like how I would say he had eyes at the back of his head. He could see everything. De Bruyne was that version of Ozil every single season. All the time. Over and over and over and over again. Consistently. And then the Champions Leagues, he won everything. I know his teams were stacked, right? Obviously, the Man City teams were stacked. It's like, oh, it's easy to get assists. I think that's such a disingenuous statement. If you've ever watched De Bruyne play, you know he could have done this for like a non-league team, or he can do it for the best team in the world. It doesn't matter. He was in the team as quality laden as they were. He emerged as their clear best player.
Absolutely.
A team playing with Bernardo Silva, it's just, and we talk about how they're going to replace some of these guys. He's, to me, irreplaceable. I don't think Man City for decades will have anyone that will replicate the level of talent and quality that he brought. So for me, I'm not saying it was like De Bruyne number 1, but for me, Salah and De Bruyne were 1 and 2 personally.
Sure.
I totally understand why you put him as a Liverpool fan first.
But still,
Salah, no, I'm not mad at it. Like Arvin said, these are Mount Rushmore. You know,
if
you put him 1, 2, 3,
you can't go wrong.
We're not trying to be disrespectful for putting someone at third and second.
Absolutely not. You can always
we're splitting
interchange
hairs
them, right? And with Salah, obviously, you guys may think it's because he's a Liverpool player.
No.
Liverpool player.
No.
The numbers, guys, the numbers that he generated, it's you can't think of any wing players generating that number.
Dude, I love Salah. I respect Salah a lot. And every time he speaks out and people get mad, he's just calling it out. Everything he said is facts.
Yeah.
So, maybe the timing is not the best, but I'm with Salah half the time. I'm like, somebody has to say something about the standards, right? So I'm not mad at it. So
I still remember Arvind arguing with the waiter.
I remember that.
I remember that when we went to Anu's
birthday, right?
We had a waiter who was a Manchester United fan, I guess.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, dude. Arvind, do you?
And he was basically arguing like Cristiano is obviously better than Salah. I'm like, Cristiano had a greater individual season, peak-wise, yes, but Premier League legacy is not a competition for me. It's not. It's not.
I wouldn't argue that. I wouldn't argue that. I will.
He was.
I will still take 08, 09 Ronaldo personally over any player in Premier League history.
Sure.
Because he was the best player in the world.
Yeah.
But like Premier League careers,
consistency, guys. Consistency.
Exactly. Well, no. Ronaldo had consistency too. It was longevity that was
he
the
didn't
problem.
play in the Premier League long enough, right?
It was longevity. Yeah. Ronaldo was incredibly consistent at being really good. He just did it for like 6 or 7 seasons, which is still a good sample size. It's just Salah did it practically his whole career. So even as like you guys know, I'll die on Ronaldo's hill, but any reasonable United fan will give Salah career, Ronaldo single season.
Sure, exactly.
It's as simple as that. But I think now we're left with one pick, Arvin's pick. I think we kind of know, but I'll do a little drum roll. Hold on.
Hey, nice. N'Golo Kanté number 1. N'Golo Kanté number 1.
I fucking love it. I love it so much.
Amazing.
See, the thing is, I wasn't even trying to be like out of the box or something. For me, honestly, when I thought of this list, N'Golo Kanté was top 3.
Oh yeah.
He was N'Golo Kanté, De Bruyne, and Salah were top 3. And then I was trying to figure out the order. But again, if you want to talk about value for money, N'Golo Kanté came to Leicester for 9 million. We obviously know what he did. He was a key piece of that team to win the Premier League. He goes to Chelsea the year after for 32 million. You could argue, like I think Sal, you said this earlier, you could argue N'Golo Kanté's transfers both times to be on this top 10 list.
To be on this list, yep.
That's how much value for money he bought. One player. Right? The 32 million move to Chelsea wins a Premier League again. Back-to-back Premier Leagues by an outfield player for the first time since Cantona to go back-to-back with different teams. So clearly, N'Golo Kanté was that missing piece. And if you watch this guy play, what's that saying? 70% of the world's covered by water, rest was Kanté? Bro, he was on. To me, in terms of his impact on a team, he's up there with. I'm not talking about individual level. I'm talking about he's up there with De Bruyne. He's up there with Salah. I'm talking about the impact on a team.
Totally.
And he's won the Premier League. He's won the PFA Player of the Year. He won the World Cup while he was with Chelsea. And then if you talk about Chelsea's 2021 Champions League run, Kanté was immense, bro. He was going crazy that tournament. And they won a Champions League. You look at that team, they had Havertz up front, Mason Mount, Timo fucking Werner, bro. N'Golo Kanté carry job that year for them to win was unbelievable. So that's why, if you look at the price, not once but twice, the impact he had on Chelsea, the impact clearly he had on Leicester. For me, I think Mahrez is up there in terms of coming from the second division of the French league, the 500k. But if you look at legacy, winning, the impact on a team, overall package, Kanté was number one for me. So
I was gonna say, do you remember that 2021 season where Chelsea won the Champions League?
Yeah.
Jorginho was the one that got a lot of the Ballon d'Or votes. I personally was always saying, like, you see Jorginho do what he does because Kanté does the work.
Yeah.
And I always felt like he needed. I think Kanté finished he was also up there, like in the top 5 or top 6 for the Ballon d'Or. I just felt like him and Jorginho should have been flipped. I'm not saying he should have won. I think that was like the crazy Messi year or Lewandowski year. That season during COVID when Lewandowski got robbed. So those guys were up there, but I think Kanté was like, if there was one season he could have won it, it should have been that one. It shouldn't even been Jorginho. Jorginho only got considered because of the whole Italy run that they had in the Euros.
Yeah, Euros.
Yeah, but
again,
in terms of the best player, it was Kanté. It wasn't Jorginho.
It was
100%. And again, like you said it perfectly. The reason Jorginho was only up there was because of Kanté. He let Jorginho do whatever he wanted it to do. And Jorginho on the ball, finding long passes, being able to dictate play. I've seen it too for Arsenal, even at his older age. He's unreal. But the reason he got pushed up to those Ballon d'Or conversation, because he has Kanté doing all the dirty work, bro. You have nothing to worry about when you have N'Golo Kanté in your team. And you know what's an underrated part of Kanté? He scored goals too.
Yeah.
It wasn't like he was just a defensive midfielder, just protecting the defense. He scored key goals for Chelsea. Even the I don't remember if it's the quarterfinal or the semifinal. I'm sure he scored in one of the knockout games. Like, he's just an unbelievable player. On top of that, he's the nicest guy ever. 5'5", 5'6", to be this dominant physically, covering the ground, not causing any issues.
It's unheard of before, you know.
He's such an un-Chelsea player. If that
Yeah.
makes any
Right?
sense.
Yeah.
Like, not arrogant at all.
Not arrogant, the nicest guy, just goes about his business. But yeah,
They didn't
that's why I
deserve
have
him,
number
man.
one. They
did
didn't
not
deserve
deserve
him.
him.
Fuck Chelsea, bro.
The closest thing that he'll come to cussing is "fuck you, thank you." He's saying "thank you," but he sounds like "fuck you, thank you."
Yeah. I saw that.
Bro, I'm not mad at this pick at all, dude. I had him at
No.
4th. Obviously, I said, like, I initially have him at
Yeah.
4th right now. And I said I wanted to move Van Dijk down. Like, it would be obviously to replace him. Because I think you're absolutely right. The more we talk about it, like, I'm 100% on your side. I want to change my list. The top 3, initially in my head, was Mo Salah, De Bruyne, and Van Dijk. But I was 100% wrong. Van Dijk does not come up to the quality of Kanté. Like, Kanté, I think you're right. That's the top 3. And then there's a big gap, and then everything else.
For me, personally, yes.
No,
You've swayed me. You've swayed me. Like, from an accolade standpoint, individual talent and an impact. Obviously, midfielders will always have more greater impact than like defenders will.
Yeah.
He checks every single box. You know, one thing about Suarez too, why I never wanted to, like, kind of didn't want to put him on the list, was because he's just kind of like a nasty person. And I was like, from a vibes pick, it kind of pulled him down a little bit. Kante's the opposite, bro. It's like, you want to put him on this list no matter what.
No, like, that's the thing. You look at every metric. Money, number 1. Impact, number 1. Accolades, number 1. Vibes, number one times 1,000. Like, for me, every metric he met. So
And it's times 2 because there's 2 of his transfers that you can pick
two
from.
of his transfers.
Yeah.
It's unreal. Unbelievable. But, yeah.
That's are we sticking with that? I'm trying to think if I want to switch anything, but you know what? My team's my team. I have to stick with it. It's got to go online the way it is. So I'm not gonna move anything. I will go to the grave with the way the list is. So I'll get us started. I'll run you through my list. I'll go reverse order. So at number 10, quite controversially, I was slightly bullied into having to remove this player. It is Van Persie. Complete bias, and I'm gonna live with that. At number 9, I have Jamie Vardy. Great transfer for Leicester, one of the top 10 leading scorers of all time. Number 8, had to do a little bit of argy-bargy, but I got to get Rodri in there. More of a recent signing. I think it's my most recent signing that I have on this list. Then, at number 7, as much as I hate to say it, it's Aguero! Lives rent-free in my head, sadly. At number 6, the silkiest baller I think I've ever seen. If anyone that reminds me of who I think Michael Elise ran because this player walked, it's Riyad Mahrez.
Yeah.
Number 5, again, one of my favorite players of all time, Luis Suarez, especially for that one season that he had. It's completely unforgettable. I couldn't leave him off my list. Next up, it's someone that now I'd look back, I do want to move around, but initially I had Virgil van Dijk at number 3 with his Liverpool compatriot, his winning partner, his right-hand man, or rather the king of the throne, Mo Salah at number 2. And for me, the greatest midfielder of all time, the greatest 10 of all time, the greatest passer that I've ever seen, it's Kevin De Bruyne at number 1. Anurup, you want to hit us with your top 10?
Sure. So my top 10, again, from the reverse order, is Andy Robertson. Again, a steal from Hull City. So it's Robbo on 10th. Declan Rice on 9th. 8th, I had Allison originally, but I'm willing to trade it for Rodri. I don't know how I missed it. But yeah, 8th is Rodri for me. 7th is the silky smooth Eden Hazard. 6th is Erling Haaland. You know what? I put N'Golo Kanté on 5th, and now you guys, the more you spoke about him, the more I'm getting swayed to swap N'Golo Kanté for Aguero, who was on 4th. So can I do that? Can I swap
Go for it,
Kanté
Hey,
for
it's your
Aguero?
list, man. Your list.
Yeah.
Do whatever you want.
So for me, Aguero will be 5th, and Kanté would be 4th.
Fair.
Number 3, Virgil van Dijk. Another shout for Virgil van Dijk. Another thing that we did not touch upon is he came back from an ACL injury, and a defender coming back from an ACL injury to win the Premier League again. And he had a fantastic season right after coming back from the injury, the 21-22 season where we almost won. We got 92 points. So yeah, that's number 3 for me. It's Virgil van Dijk. Number 2, arguably the best midfielder that I've seen after Stevie G, Kevin De Bruyne. And number 1 is the Egyptian king, Mo Salah, the irreplaceable.
Not bad.
Alrighty, let's do this. At number 10, I had David Silva, the magician Il
Sure.
Mango of Man City. Unbelievable player. At number 9, I had Virgil van Dijk, who, again, great player in terms of impact, only came this low on my list due to the money that was spent for him. But
Yeah.
again, massive respect for Virgil van Dijk. Number 8, I have Rodri, the World Cup Player of the Year, the Euro Player of the Tournament. The accolades keep going on and on. Clutch goals, clutch moments. The linchpin that holds the whole midfield. I think it's pretty self-explanatory. Number 7, I had Andy Robertson, who went up my list due to the fact that he was only 3.6 million euros, which is a steal, especially for fullbacks in the market today. The most assists by a Premier League in a single season. He has a record, so that speaks for itself. Number 6, I had Aguero, like Sal said. Obviously, I don't even think I need to mention more. The greatest moment in Premier League history, one of the greatest goal scorers of all time in the Premier League. Number 5, I had Eden Hazard. It pains me to put him because Chelsea and I don't have a good relationship, but he was an absolute baller. I think a lot of players right now say that he was their inspiration with the way he played. He's just an era-defining talent, and he carried that Chelsea team like no tomorrow. Number 4, I had Riyad Mahrez, one of the greatest African players of all time. One with Leicester, one with Man City. Man City still haven't replaced him. Unbelievable player. Number 3, I have KDB. I don't even think I need to say much anymore. It's KDB. So I had him at number 3. Number 2, I had the Egyptian king. We're all gonna miss him in the league. Mo Salah. Hope he does well. I think he's going to Trabzon's for last I heard. Right, but
I'm not sure, honestly.
Right.
I thought he was going to Fenerbahce,
Right.
but no.
It's Mo Salah. And then number 1, I think arguably the most value for money signing, the greatest vibe signing, 2 different transfers that made an impact, PFA Player of the Year, all the accolades, one of the nicest guys in all of football, N'Golo Kanté.
N'Golo Kanté. I just wanted to throw some quick honorable mentions out there, guys that we didn't mention. I think Heung-min Son, I know Arvin, you mentioned his name briefly in the beginning. It deserves a shout for how long of a loyal servant he was for Tottenham. So he was bought for 22 million for Bayern Leverkusen. You could even argue, I know Arvin, you're not gonna like this, but Fabregas back to Chelsea, he was an important piece of that team. But again, not really getting close to my list. I also wanted to shout out Sadio Mane, because Sadio Mane had that one season where he was in the top 3.
Bro, one season? He had all of his seasons were...
No. I was going to say, he had the one season where he was in the top 3 for Ballon d'Or, and I was pushing for him to be above Salah. There was that one season where I was like, he's the guy who got them over the line even more than Salah. So I just wanted to give him a shout out. I don't think he deserves in the top 10, but I thought about it. Andrew Robertson, I'm looking right now, is in my list of honorable mentions, and so is Hazard.
Bro, Hazard's crazy. Hazard's crazy, bro. I can't even.
Right?
Bro, I can't wait till Rishabh sees this, bro. I can't wait.
Oh, dude.
Crazy.
I know. I admit. So I just wanted to shout those guys out a little bit. People that just missed the cut, but it's so hard making these lists, right? When you're talking about the top 10, it's like players that are so close, but hey. That is our top 10 transfers of the 2010s in the Premier League. Thank you guys so much for watching. You see we've done a little bit of a rebrand here. Got a new background, new everything, a little spick and span. So please, if you guys are enjoying the content, follow us down below. We post weekly on wherever you follow your podcast, whether it be Spotify, Apple Music, and we put out constant daily content on YouTube, TikTok, and Instagram. So VAR From Perfect, give us a follow, and thanks everyone for watching. Peace.
Peace.